Ladies and gentlemen, this is my long-awaited interview with definitely the first lady of boxing, Lady Chann in the house. With all the best, I'm happy to interview her. I'm chasing this lady for the past couple of months now. She's dodging and diving me like a haymaker, but finally got her in the building. Finally got her. Anyways, lady, how you feeling today? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm all right. Just got offline. Just interviewed Hannah Rankin for the second time, and yeah, I know how the grind goes. Yeah, so like I always had the full intentions of being here, and I appreciate for you reaching out. And yeah, I've been all right though. I've been all right. I had COVID in December.
Okay. Well,
still waiting for taste buds to fully come back because they haven't. They're only out.
Oh yeah. Well, funny enough, I had COVID about a month ago, end of March.
You do.
I think I actually got.
Not
it was
very
okay
fun.
though. I had a bit of a cough and a bit of a temperature, but it was all right. I've been vaccinated, so it was okay.
Oh, okay. I've been vaccinated. I had no cough. I have asthma, but it's funny. My asthma didn't play up. I've got a cold now, and my asthma was playing up more than when I had COVID. It didn't play up at all. Didn't have one cough. Towards the end of having the COVID, a little bit of a cough. Nothing to write home about, but yeah, literally could smell, couldn't taste. Lost all appetite after 3 days. Had itchy skin. Temperature fever. Oh God,
Okay.
chilled. But yeah, but then after about 12 days, it just disappeared kind of. So,
Okay. Okay. So it's all good now.
all good.
You have to isolate yourself, for a few days.
Yeah. I was at my mum's. It was Christmas. So I went round to my mum's at Christmas and ended up the next day having symptoms. And it was like, yeah, we did the test and it was like, you have COVID.
Yeah.
And then my brother had it, and yeah. One of my kids had it for 2 days of symptoms, and then that went. Another one didn't have any symptoms. It was strange. My mum was vaccinated. She didn't have any symptoms. Yeah, like I said, my brother. It was weird. Us all in the house, of how it affected everyone differently. It's weird.
Okay. Okay, but at least you're better. I'm better now.
Yeah. Good that you're better as well. Yeah, good on you.
So as well, so what should we start? So your background's actually in music. I've seen some of your videos. I didn't know till a month ago actually you're like a grime artist. You're actually a rapper before you came to YouTube.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I am an artist. I'm definitely, you could say I'm a grime artist, but I'm an artist full stop. I started out being coming from Sun Cycle as a dancehall artist. Myself, Gappy Ranks, Dolomite, Redman, Lanty, based in Holston, Northwest London. And then I was like the only female, so it was group of last female. We did our dancehall bashment, because we're of Jamaican heritage as well. And then branched off solo and encountered Sticky, who worked with Miss Dynamite, and he heard the song that I did and he wanted to work with me. And then we did a couple of tracks, and then that got the attention of Radio 1. One extra.
Yeah, I've seen your freestyle on BBC. I've seen your BBC freestyle.
Yeah, freestyles on BBC. Got the track signed. And then I went just started from there and started traveling around the world and making more music, and that was it. Yeah, and that was me basically. Yeah, so. Yeah, that's what I do. Pandemic's a bit dodge, so nothing much was happening. But yeah, so it kind of forced me to start repaying more mind again to boxing. And then I ended up seeing a couple of people that I knew in boxing, and I thought I could just do this, like doing Instagram lives, and and I'd get like Dean White on there, because I know Dean White from a very long time, since we was like a bit older than me, since we were kids. Teenagers. Yeah.
Whereabouts in London are you from originally? You from Brixton originally? Whereabouts are you from?
No, I'm not. My dad's from Brixton, and my nan was my late nan. My dad's side of the family, all Brixton and Streatham, Battersea, go from all South London. I grew up in Chelsea, then moved to Holston. I've been quite a lot of places, and then finally I ended up in East London for mainly growing up there 11 years, and then originally come back to West London now. So yeah, I've been everywhere. 80 days around the world like Willy Fogg. So yeah, so I know Dean, and I just thought to myself, love boxing, watching everybody's commentaries. Then I started to, you know, comment on the, you know, the live chats on people's, you know, that I'm watching, you know, other people's boxing content and channels. And yeah, just got into it, but like that, started doing it.
How long have you been YouTube now? How many years now? How long have you been on YouTube?
I've had my YouTube channel from when I was an artist since 2011. My management set it up. I didn't use it until 2015. They posted like a couple videos on it. 2015. Didn't use it after that. They posted the videos. They had control over the account. They posted a couple of the videos. Didn't use it until, so my boxing channel started. I think October 2020. So I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not just under 2 years. Okay, I've been too long on YouTube.
Yeah. And then I stumbled across Spencer Fearon, reached out, put me on the Fight Is Right on the Zoom because remember it was the pandemic. Met Tunde Ajayi, my energy twin, and he was managing me for a bit as well. And we was just doing shows, me and Tunde. If you look at my old, like, I've got playlists, so like I used to be called Boxology with Chann, and somebody owned that, and it was an ex-female boxer, Chrissy, I forget her name, well-known British woman boxer, retired now. And she owned that name, and she was like, she shut down my Instagram page and everything. So lucky that they didn't shut down my YouTube page, because it was Boxology, but my YouTube page wasn't called Boxology. It was just the playlist that was called that. My YouTube's Lady Chann, isn't it? Oh God, sorry, my bad. So I had to make sure not to use Boxology, and I changed it to Come Box with Chann. And yeah, me and Tunde just used to do lives and do Zooms, and then we did StreamYards and stuff like that. It went from there. So yeah, while he's training Anthony Yard, and you know, yeah, and that's where I am now. It's just, I'm here.
How did you get in touch with Nesta Gibson and the Boxing Voice? Because that's the first time I saw you on the American Boxing channel. How did you get in touch with them lot?
Oh, okay. So one day, I think I was watching the Boxing Voice, and Ness was saying that he wants to do different collabs with different boxing channels. So I hit him, and he hit me back, and he was like, "Would you like to come on the show?" And I was because I think I hit him to come on my show. That's what he was like. He's like, "Sure, I'll come on your show. Do you want to come on mine?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, no worries." So came on his show, and he really liked me on the show, and he wanted to do like a spin-off show with myself and him. And he came on my show, and we had a good time with all my audience answering questions and us chopping it up. I think I was on the Boxing Voice for about 7-8 months maybe. Yeah, and there just didn't work out with certain things, so just parted ways basically. Just kind of did a nest move, and it's just like, yeah, like bye. Yeah, but yeah, and that's where you saw me. Yeah, there. Yeah.
In terms of your passion for boxing, would you say? I definitely consider you a more of a hardcore boxing fan than a casual. Were you always a boxing fan, or just recently? What got you into boxing originally?
Always a boxing fan. Grew up watching boxing from the late 80s. The reign of Mike Tyson. My stepdad was a massive Mike Tyson fan. My dad is a massive Muhammad Ali fan. So boxing was a part of being able to stay up late while my mum booked it on Skybox, box office, them days, you know, as a really young kid. Yeah, so I've always grown up watching boxing. I've always loved boxing.
Well, who are some of your favorite fighters other than the American? Who's some of your favorite fighters like over here? Were you like a Bruno guy, Lewis, or Nas?
Say that again. Say that again.
Who are some of your favorite fighters growing up? Apart from Tyson Ali, who are some of your favorite fighters growing up?
Well, I was more locked into like the HBO stuff that was happening in America. Yeah, Prince Nassim, Flying Carpet, remember that?
Yeah.
It was, yeah, sick. David Hayes, the who else was we watching? Obviously, Lennox Lewis. Was he English? Was he British? Was he Canadian?
Yeah,
I just remember
Jamaican.
when, yeah, he just had a different, was he Jamaican? He just had a different accent from, I remember from everybody. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. And also the greats like the middleweight division, Eubank Senior, Nigel Benn. They're amazing fights. Yeah, I grew up seeing most of all what I could see, and then as I got older, you know, obviously the money, the Floyd, the pretty boy Floyd, the Money Mayweather. He's my all-time favorite boxer, by the way, Floyd Mayweather.
Really, Floyd.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You definitely consider him the best of all time.
I don't consider him the best of all time, but he's the best. For me, he's my number one favorite boxer. But I don't think Ali is the best of all time, in my opinion. But I think Floyd Mayweather, for me, is just for my era. That's my favorite boxer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you more of in terms of boxers you like? Are you more of a boxer or are you more of a brawler? You like your power punchers? Are you more of a technician, boxing fan?
Oh well, because I like Floyd Mayweather. I saw two eras of him. So when he was pretty boy, he was the puncher and just got you out there, and you know, and then obviously with what happened, he had to evolve into the pure boxer, but it was just so effortless. I just found him just amazing, just in awe. Just like this guy is amazing. So I think I like a bit of both. I like brawling.
I'm guessing you must have. I'm guessing you must have had I guess you must have had a bit of enemies because you know you being British, you must have had because you know back then Ricky Hatton was the boxing god here. You must have had a lot of people.
Never rated Ricky Hatton.
Really? Wow.
Never. Yeah, I was never into Ricky Hatton. Never. Liked him as a person. He was all right as a person, but no, I never rated Ricky Hatton. I know Floyd was always the bad guy. And when that was when that fight was the lead up to that, yeah, like some of the stuff that Floyd does out of the ring, I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm talking just purely
as a boxing
as a
fan,
master
as a
technician. Yeah, he's amazing, and nobody can say any different. But yeah, I do like. I don't know. Do I like brawling? I like the puncher. I like tidy work. So if you're a puncher, you can still look neat with it. Yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of someone that's just a repeated windmiller.
Okay, like a Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. You said it, not me. Yeah, like a Deontay Wilder, mate. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of boxing channels, what is some of the channels that you watched before YouTube? Because I was a massive, I'm a massive Ingram. You know, Ingram Jones from Below TV. I to the whole YouTube thing. He was in the first one that did YouTube boxing like properly. Him, I heard of a guy called Paul James Jackson. He's called Emperor Michael now. He's one of the
I wasn't a fan of Ingram because he was an AJ hater, big time. Oh. So no, I wasn't a fan of his. Still is. He's just changed because Ali Bashir is doing AJ, so all of a sudden his stance. I remember watching his lives, and all he did was put AJ down. Quite disgusting, in my opinion. So I was never a fan of his, and still ain't.
Okay.
So I was more tapped into the Americans. Hence why I think you may see me like on panels. Most of my panels usually are American lads.
Oh, like the boxing and the boxing voice.
And boxing voice is American.
Maestro?
Major Key?
I think it might be Maestro. He's interviewed quite a few times.
Oh yeah, he came on there. Yeah. He came on. He came on the boxing voice. He was on the boxing voice. Sometimes he would beam in. Yeah. But I was on Hispanics Causing Panic. I was all they do the round tables, been on there. I was watching, but I was watching Counterpunch Boxing News, and that was one of the first.
Counterpunch, he's one of my favorite. I love Counterpunch.
He was one of the first people that I used to speak to, and he was one of the first people when I had only a few subs that came on and did like Zoom meetings, like what me and you were doing. Shouts out to Kurt DeVille from Counterpunch Boxing News.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Oh,
know,
his daughter. Oh, yeah, that intro with his daughter. Oh,
who?
His intro with his daughter. Oh,
His intros. You love his intros.
yeah, especially his daughter one. Oh, perfect, pitch perfect.
Cute, isn't it? She's cute, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's not his daughter, actually. It's fine to say that. It's not his daughter, but it's someone that's really close to him, like a kind of like a daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, she is lovely. It's Kurt fight forever. She says to this day.
To this day.
Yeah. She's epic. I think she's gonna be someone that we'll all know growing up when she grows up, because she's got quite a presence, hasn't she? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I was watching like Showbiz as well, and Showbiz the adult. Chimed into him, got into him a bit later. Sporting icons. Watch a lot of sporting icons. Boxing beats and rhymes. Big fan of.
But yeah, boxing beats and rhymes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hatman Strikes Back. Were you a fan of him?
In the beginning, kind of watched Hatman, then kind of stopped watching Hatman and come back to watching Hatman. Sometimes people are in waves. Yeah, so I like Hatman. There's quite a few. I sub to who's legitimate. Joe Abib, Ringside Reporters.
Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a bit. I won't lie to you. I do watch Time Booth, the infamous Time Booth, just for entertaining. I do get bored sometimes.
I reached out to him one time, strange lad, because he was funny at first with what I thought. I reached out to him. Oh yeah, okay. So let me take it back real quick, because I have to give it to Pep Talk UK is why you ultimately also saw me. Pro Bees, he passed away.
Yeah. God rest his soul. Yeah,
he first put me on his show, on his, where he'd come and film people. It was myself, Dean White, and another boxer. I think Freezy, that's his name. And he interviewed us, and I used to go and do his watch-alongs, pros watch-alongs, and he taught me loads of different things in the game. And I wish he was still here. It's just like, so shouts out to Pro Bees, because Pro Bees is the one that put Shanny on and said, come on my show, I would like to film you and talk about and do a grime freestyle within that and stuff. So yeah, just needed to. So I was watching Pep Talk UK a lot as well. So yeah, there's a few people that
I like Pep Talk, because I like channels like very neutral, they're very unbiased. Like they praise one fighter and then they'll give the, like, I like people like yourself and Boxing Beat as well. Like they're very analytical. And the both, if he does well, if Adrian does well. I don't like
just tell the truth. Yeah, just tell it out.
A lot of channels, they're either anti-AJ or anti-Fury, or very pro Eddie Hearn, or very anti, or very pro, what do you call it? They're very pro Al Heyman.
Pro Al Heyman, PBC, and all that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, unless you're African American, you're pretty much rubbish in their eyes. I hate those channels.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had my battles with them as well. And
the wilder fanboys, Yeah,
the Wildettes are awful, and the Aerosexuals even worse. Sometimes the Fury fanboys though are bad. They're bad. Fanboys in anywhere is bad, because they're the extremists, aren't they? So it's never going to be good. I just like dealing with supporters. Your favorite fighter could be different from my favorite fighter. That's never a problem. But it's when you go into fanboyism, it's when it gets into problems, and you're just like, well, we can't have a total conversation here.
Yeah, definitely. And I always say, like, why you going crazy over a multi-millionaire? He's a multi-millionaire. Make your own money. Why are you wasting your life, trolling?
Yeah.
So,
He don't know you,
mate. Okay if you die, if you live or die. Why?
Yeah, he don't know you. I do say that in my comment section. I'm like, you do realize he doesn't know you. There's more of a chance. I said there's more of a chance that he absolutely knows me than you.
Yeah,
ain't that bad? Because I'm doing boxing. There's more of a chance that he knows me than you. He knows that he's aware of my existence more than yours. How does that make you feel, that you're going so hard? And usually it just fall off.
Yeah. Are you? I'm not sure. So you follow more the American one. I guess you're not familiar with Pocket's Corner, are you?
I am familiar with that. Didn't really, yeah, not familiar to the point where I was like, well, I don't know what he does now. Just I was onto him, then it seemed like there was some kind of ism and schism, and I don't know what happened. Yeah, Ty and Booth was going to come on my show, and then he was like, yeah, hit me on Friday. I've got some stuff to do. I'm doing loads of different interviews. I'd love to do that. Thanks for reaching out.
Ty Bruce is a funny guy, but I don't get his obsession with Keegan Cassius. I understand him and Keegan have issues because we used to work together back in the day, but I understand why he's obsessed with him still.
Yeah. Then he ghosted, and then I was watching his stuff, and he said something that I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, something about black women. You know, that was totally disgusting.
He's not into black women.
So I blew him up on my community page, and I said, look, this is, and I think he, on his live, what he tried to do is edit that bit out of when he said it. And I just thought, but I do see the humor side of him. If he just wasn't so over the top offensive, because he's offensive to a lot of different sectors of people, which I don't get why. Yes, you can do, it's a very dry humor, and but there's because I can take a good joke, but I think sometimes he does go overboard, steps overboard. And when I was speaking, when I was first doing my channel, and I mentioned him to like boxers, they'd literally just curl up they'd snarl. They're like, he's putrid. We don't want to comment on him.
Yeah.
We don't want anything to do with him. We find him totally disgusting and deplorable. And I was like, oh, so I kind of navigated. I was so tight. It is.
Like him and Porky's Collins, I find them funny, but sometimes I understand they make accusations about certain people about evidence. Like they accuse they call it being a nonce. Well, where's evidence?
Who's that? Adam Wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adam Smith, sorry.
Adam Smith. Yeah. Accuse Adam Smith, and
you can't do things like that. You can't. That's when it goes overboard, because you can mess up people's lives like that. And these are the things of what I'm saying, that you've gone overboard. I get back in the day, you see, when I was growing up as a kid, you know, in the like 90s, right, you could say those types of jokes and they would fly and everybody laugh. And even in the late 80s, where there was like people in blackface pretending to be black people and doing jokes and stuff, that was acceptable then. Do you know what I mean? These types of, it's not acceptable. I'm not one of those people that are like a stickler for a joke. Not at all. I'm not the most probably politically correct person. But I mean, there's still that going too far. And to call someone you know, a paedophile repeatedly is going too far.
Especially without any evidence, right?
If there's evidence.
Stuff like that, extreme stuff without evidence, you can't. That's why I stay away. If I don't like somebody, I keep it just professional. If I don't like someone, that's it. Forget the person. I'll bring your wife, your kids. Forget that. That's strictly to you and me. That's it.
Yeah. So that's where Tyan lets himself down, unfortunately, because I think, well, he probably doesn't care because we're not his demographic. Really, I'm not really his demographic. Doesn't like black women. He really downgrades black women, which I find crazy. His mum's not black, his mum's white, so maybe, and his dad's black. He downgrades all types of across the board, people with disabilities, all different, and it just goes a bit too far. But
apparently he's doing quite well. He
does well, yeah, because he's got all of the wrong uns that follow him, isn't it? They're just wrong uns that share that same thought. And that's what I'm saying. He kind of like, sometimes I still tap in and think, what has he said about this upcoming fight or this fight? He could be some people's guilty pleasure, but you know, you just have to, I could see why a lot of people just kind of ostracize him. But I mean, if he's doing well his own self, and you know, he's got his own he keeps going at Coogan, which I do find funny sometimes. Yeah. It's like the relentlessness of how he goes after Coogan. Shouts out to Coogan Cassius as well. IFL was one of the key people that I always would watch.
Yeah, he's one of the oldest YouTube, definitely boxing, definitely, especially for everybody. Definitely.
Yeah. So that was just like, why you always going at Coogan? But yeah, other than that, yeah, shouts out.
In terms of let's talk about the Katie Taylor Man Serrano fight. What's your view of that? I think that one of the best fights in a long, long time. Definitely one of the fights of the year. Unbelievable.
Epic. Like I said, like women's boxing, I'm not even like, I'm learning more about women's boxing because I didn't grow up watching women's boxing at all. Shouts out to Ring IQ as well. Used to watch them, who is an expert on women's boxing. I think it's, like I said to Hannah today, it's the best time to be a female anything at the minute. Just best time to be a female, full stop. It's all different movements, females having a voice, a more powerful voice. People are listening to the voice. Female, so I wouldn't say like go female. Like, I'm like, if you can do it and you're a woman, do it. You should be allowed to do it and prove that you can do something. If you can do it, cool. If you try, you shouldn't be not allowed to try and do something. If you're allowed to do it, you should be allowed to do something. If you fail at it, at least you had the opportunity to try. I just don't like the fact that women are wasn't deemed allowed to do certain things. But I mean, to be a female athlete and especially a female boxer right now is amazing, because what we saw at the weekend was nothing short of fight of the year. It was epic.
Yeah, definitely fireworks from start to finish. Absolute fireworks.
Epic. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. I absolutely had my prediction was Katie Taylor wins split decision, and that's what we got. It was just I'm just wondering about if those were 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor would have been gone.
Yeah, we were stopped in the 5th round. She got very close getting stopped in the 5th round.
Yeah, but she weathered that storm. She got through. She knows how to survive.
Absolutely.
She knows how to survive.
She got a good chin. Definitely got an iron chin.
She's
my prediction was Serrano by decision. I just thought that the home advantage will give it to Serrano because she's an American fighter, and they usually give decision to the American fighters.
Yeah,
but I was surprised by I think they could have won, but I just thought it'd be close fight, and therefore I give it to Serrano because of the home advantage.
A lot of people went with Serrano. A lot of people
I think majority of them went for Serrano. A lot of people thought Katie Taylor was finished because of her last performance. It was impressive.
Yeah, I was back and forth. I was pretty much had made my mind up. Like, I like to do the research and before I make an informed opinion and prediction. And I was quite comfortable with Katie Taylor win. That I was comfortable enough to specify that it was going to be a split decision because I knew that it was going to be a 50-50 fight, and there's going to be one judge that's going to say that Amanda has won. There has to be. Because it's a 50-50
What's your
fight.
At the moment, what do you think? Obviously, female fighters come a long way. Thanks, definitely, to Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul for definitely doing the best to push female boxing. In terms of stars, who do you think potentially could be the first legit female superstar in boxing?
Who's next? That could be a superstar in boxing.
Female boxing, the first popular pay-per-view star.
You asked me who do I think could be the next up-and-coming female boxer?
No, like superstar, the first popular superstar in female boxing could be maybe the equivalent, the female Mayweather or the female Canelo.
See, because I don't know enough about female boxing to be able to say. I know like a handful of the girls. I tell you who's got the potential that I think actually is Alicia Baumgardner.
Oh yeah, the one that stopped Terry Harper. Oh, that
one. She looks amazing. She's getting some great endorsements. I think she's got her own clothing line. She brings a sassiness to boxing, sex appeal to boxing. Herself and girls like Ebony Bridges, I think they're good for boxing because they bring that other side, that sexy side to it, but also to be respected because Alicia Baumgardner is an amazing boxer. I actually thought Ebony Bridges could have been the first popular superstar because if she were a better boxer, she should have Katie Taylor's boxing ability or Natasha Jonas. I think potentially she could have been her. Yeah, it's just that she doesn't have that boxing ability as yet. not to say that she won't get it. She's very new in the game, ain't she? So, but yeah, I like what she brings to the game. But I just think that, I just think that Baumgartner is a bit more of the whole package. She can
Yeah,
box great.
definitely more complete boxer, definitely complete fighter.
Yeah, she's got power. Yeah, and like, yeah, so I think she's only 24. You've also got to realize that Ebony Bridges is like 35 already or something like
that. Is she that old? I thought she was maybe in late 20s as well.
Let me check on a box right now. She could be 34. Okay. Let me check, but I'm sure she spells her name different, doesn't she? Ebony. I think she's, yeah, there she is. She comes right up. Ebony Bridges. She's born in 1986. Oh, she a Virgo? 86, 96.
Wow.
16.
I'll give her that. She looks good for her age. I'll give her that. She's aged well.
So that makes her, how old does that make her? 35, yeah. 35. So she'll be 36 this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is what I'm saying. So she does look younger though. So not saying that she still can't be like prominent in boxing and stuff like that, because she could. But I'm just saying that Alicia Baumgartner, only being 24, has got a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely. Has the better boxing ability, so has more potential.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, so that dynamic, yeah.
You've been a long-term boxing fan. In terms of boxing, how's it changed from when you watched it towards now? How do you think it's changed? Has it gone better, worse, the same?
Worse. It was good when I grew up watching boxing. See, I'm still from that old school cusp where fighters didn't duck. There was no franchise.
The best fought the best all the time.
The best fought the best all the damn time. The undercards were stacked. There was multiple stars in boxing. You know, now we've kind of just got two, like, all round, like on this side we've got AJ, and then the other side we've got Canelo. Back when I was growing up, Riddick Bowe, Vander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, who else was that? Roy Jones Jr.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. We had stars, mate. We had stars. Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank.
Prince Nass.
You know, Prince Nassy. We had stars to pick from, all different weight categories. Now it's just, these fighters fight once a year now.
I was saying this to Natasha Jones as well when I interviewed her. I think what I call is the Mayweather calls. I think everybody's trying to be the next Mayweather, trying to fight once a year, trying to get that undefeated. The people's obsession are undefeated.
But Mayweather didn't fight once a year. That's the thing where they're just getting it wrong. Mayweather fought more than once a year. When he was Pretty Boy, he fought like 3, 4, 5 times a year. He did. Once he become Money May, still couple times a year. It wasn't always once a year until it was
once or twice a year.
Twice a year. Then I think it started to dwindle a bit as he got more into the superstardom. I think it got less and it became once a year. I just think people want this, call it the Mayweather effect. They want to keep their O intact, and it's just dead.
Yeah, trying to take the risk for the biggest payday.
Yeah, they want to do the least work but get the most money. And I just think
American fighters, the whole PBC is, how can we can't get Elvis Spence to fight Terence Crawford? Why is such hard work? They're both in their 30s. They've got like maybe 3-4 years maximum in the prime.
Yeah,
maybe even less than that.
Please tell me the answer to that, because this is what they do. There's too many tactics now in boxing. Maybe they could have been there the whole time when I was growing up, but because I was a kid, maybe I didn't know. But I can't believe, I don't believe that back in the day that fighters purposely didn't fight another fighter because they wanted to age out that fighter. You have to remember, back in the day, you had only like HBO. You didn't have, so you had Bob Arum, you had Don King. Basically, that was it. Do you know what I mean? Basically, in a nutshell, you've got too many people to. This one don't get on with that promoter don't get on with that promoter. it's too much. There's too many promotion companies now, and that's
That's
where
why
the
you
problem
see.
is.
That's why you see all fight the best fighters, because there's a monopoly. Dana White controls everything in MMA.
Dana White controls everything, doesn't he? Yeah. So, yeah, I wish I was into UFC. I watch bits and pieces as it happens, but yeah, it's not. Unfortunately, I just love boxing, and I say unfortunately because of the state that it's in. I think bits of it's got better in certain aspects. But yeah, compared to the good old days, yeah, it's changed, man.
Yeah,
It's changed.
definitely. The pawns that boxers at least have more control over their money. They can become their own promoters, like Mayweather, Canelo, AJ. They can have them. They have more control over their careers.
Yeah, you can do that. And what boxer did that back in the day?
Oscar, I think Oscar was the first one did it properly. Oscar De La Hoya with Golden Boy.
No, there was way before Oscar. It was I think it was Sugar Ray Leonard. He had to fight by fight with Don King. He never ever signed a contract. His dad managed their money
Really?
well.
Don King, I
Knew the
thought it
business
was
of boxing.
Bob Arum, Sugar Ray.
Might be Sugar. Then it
I'm
might
sure
be
it was Bob
Sugar
Arum.
Ray.
I'm sure it was Bob Arum, not Don King. Sugar Ray.
One sec. Is it Sugar Ray Robinson or is it Sugar Ray? Or was it Marvin? It's one of the lads. Hang on. Sugar Ray.
It's probably the reason why
Leonard.
Sugar Ray is one of the few boxers that's very wealthy now. He retired a very rich man.
It has to be. I'm sure it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was him, where he decided that he is doing fight by fight basis. Yeah, it was Bob Arum. Was it Marvelous Magnum? Marvin Hagler. Handling. I just want to see. So I was watching it the other day. Sugar Ray Leonard, promoter. Sugar Ray Leonard. What could I put in Google to see fight by fight basis? By fight. Wonder if it comes up with that. Four Google boxes who all fought each other. Oh, right. Might have to street bank way. Sorry, just having a little look. See my opponent. It definitely, I don't think it wasn't. Well, it's could have been Sugar Ray Rob. Who was with Don King then? Well, he wasn't with Don King. This is the thing. He wouldn't sign with Don King. This boxer, black boxer. He wouldn't sign. It's one of them. So it's not Sugar, the first one that we said, because he was Bob Arum. Other one, Don King, couldn't get him to sign because he knew his worth. Don't you know that story?
No. I thought Leonard was a Bob Arum or most of his career. I didn't know.
But there's a boxer that, don't you know the story? Then it might be Sugar Ray. No, it can't be Robinson. He was too thingy. It's one of them. It was one of the lads, and he was like, "No, we know how." So that's why he never was bankrupt after boxing. Kept his money. Blueprint could have been Hagler.
Okay.
Could have been Hagler, but it's not Leonard now that we've checked, and it's not Robinson because that was two that predated.
Don, you're saying about Leonard and being the first fighter to be like a self-promoter.
Yeah. And anyway, he was his own. Basically, he did a fight by fight basis, and he was the first fighter, black fighter, to do that. Could have been because his dad was his dad was studying the business. His dad was really into the business, and he was like, "No, we're not signing like a multi-fight deal to know Don King," and managed to do his career like that. So yeah, I'll find out who it is. I'll kick myself after.
Was that Michael Spinks potentially? Michael Spinks.
It Spinks.
Michael Spinks, the one he beat Larry Holmes.
Could be Spinks. Could be Spinks, you know. Michael Spinks. Yeah, I know who Michael Spinks is. Was it him? And he dealt. Yeah, I think it is. And his dad was his manager.
Okay.
Yeah, could be. I'll have to check. And yeah, so his dad was his manager. Don King wanted to sign him, to a multi-fight deal, and his dad said, no, we'll do fight by fight basis. And that fighter was the first fighter to do fight by, well, at least first black fighter to do fight by fight basis with Don King. And once he retired, had all his money.
Because Spinks retired quite early. I guess because of his wealth, he was quite wealthy. He retired early after the.
It has to be. It must be Michael Spinks then.
Because he was able to retire quite early as well after the Tyson loss.
Yeah, I think it could be him. Yeah, it didn't come from being broke. Came anyway. Yeah. I think that's who it is. That's who it is.
I was going to ask you a question about American fighters and British fighters. I've noticed as well throughout history, in terms of American fighters, they have better careers than our fighters, but they tend to retire not as wealthy. So I've noticed, like, obviously Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Lewis, all retired either broke or not as wealthy as they could have been. Whereas our fighters, like Joe Kazagi, Ricky Hatton, Nas, Nigel Benn, even though the career is not as glamorous, but they're all retired quite wealthy, man. What do you think that is? Is it the Don King effect? Is it the big entourage, the American lifestyle?
I think it's that's a good question. I think it's a bit, but I just think it's the American culture. It's they're all like, everything has to be massive. Everything has to be gigantic.
Yeah, everything has to be very proper Hollywood, like, you know,
Hollywood, glossy, flamboyant. Yeah, look at me. This is what I do. So go hard or go home. Yeah, I think it's a cultural difference, and you know, they don't take into consideration a lot of like tax laws and their tax laws. So, you know, they're bankrupt. They didn't pay their taxes. They didn't set aside money for their tax. It's just, I just think it was just maybe a bit of ignorance, not knowing the business, maybe not caring too much. But you have to imagine these are people coming from quite impoverished backgrounds. So, you know, to get a bit of money.
A lot of them are financially illiterate, they understand how finances work.
Yeah, and I think in the UK we're a bit more clued up, even back in the day, you know, a bit more clued up of how to manage money better. Not at all times, because there are stories, but we are a bit more clued up, yeah, in managing money. So,
yeah, definitely. That's why I'm always got much respect for Lennox Lewis, because he was one of the 3 heavyweight champions to retire, and, you know, on top of the world, wealthy, with his health intact. He's one of the 3 heavyweight champions.
Who?
Lennox Lewis. He retired, a very wealthy man,
and he looks amazing.
Healthy. Yes, he
looks so good.
There's no health issues, not him like slowing his words.
None that we know, anyway.
Yeah, he speaks perfect English. You know, his mind is intact. He's a wealthy man. You know, he retired on top of the world.
Yeah, he did.
And again, he did sign with Don King, so he was a smart man. He signed with Frank Maloney.
Yeah, he came over to the UK side, didn't it, with Frank Maloney? So I think that's what helped him probably conserve money, because by that time, you know, Don King, everyone knew Don King was robbing people left, right, and centre. I speak to boxers today that was under Don King, and they was like, Don King robbed. Yeah, he did. He robbed us. Put on the great fights, but he robbed us. So I mean, I think Lennox Lewis is him being British and coming back, that helped him to be like, yo, I don't want my money going, like, I don't want my life, I don't want my after boxing, my career after boxing, or my financials after boxing to be like this guy, yeah. Which are all happens to be
the top 5 heavyweights in the 90s, is the one that's only in talk, because Mike Tyson had these issues with Don King. Holyfield obviously had his issues as well.
Yeah.
Willie Bowe had his issues as well. Even Tommy Morrison had his issues. All the 90s greats, or either broke or, you know, not as good as it could have been, apart from Lennox Lewis.
Yeah. I spoke to Tommy Morrison's son. He was on my show last week. He got a win, so shouts out to him, Kenzie Morrison, against Ratman Jr. actually. Yeah, they fought. They're in the Sons of Legends fight thing, where all the legendary the sons of the legends are all fighting each other. It's a good boxing league. I find that quite intriguing. Yeah, so. But yeah, I think that's what we just.
What did you think of Tommy Morrison? Was it like a fighter that unfortunately had a tragic ending? You know, too much too soon. He couldn't handle the limelight.
No, he died of HIV.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
understand. I thought he died of AIDS, unfortunately.
yeah, always, yeah. So I don't know if I wasn't really about them days, so I don't really know it too in depth. I'd have to do research. I don't know what his lifestyle was. I don't know. Yeah, obviously, you got money, you got birds. Probably just not being too responsible with the sexual health. So unfortunately, may he rest in peace. But yeah, so I don't know too much about it other than that.
Okay. Okay. In terms of fights, okay. Let's talk about the Canelo Bivol fight. I understand are you picking Canelo by split decision?
I'm going to do an official prediction on Friday. I'm leaning to that, but not sure. It could change.
I think Canelo beats him on decision as well. I don't think it knocks him out. He couldn't stop him. I've got a feeling by decision.
Yeah, because people are going by, oh, he stops him to the body, and it's like you don't really know who Dimitri Bivol is. I see, but like I will make an informed prediction. But I can see why people think that Canelo may stop Bivol, but they don't really know who Bivol is.
I think a lot of people think the Bivol, the fuck Richards was quite lackluster because
it was,
yeah,
but it was a bit of re-rust, and that was when it was a pandemic and and all of that. So
really inactive.
Yeah, a bit inactive. He just got a win, didn't he? Fight? Is it? He's fought. When was the last time Bivol fought?
I think he fought November, December time.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I think he's still undefeated.
I do think this would be a better fight for Canelo. It'd be tough for him than I definitely think Bivol will clear Plant. I definitely think it would be a tougher fight than Plant.
Oh yeah, yeah. It will be a tougher fight than Plant, and that's why I'm like, does it? It goes the distance, but Canelo still pulls it out the bag. Yeah, I'm just teetering. I don't see Bivol winning.
Best case scenario would be a draw. It's either going to be a draw or decision.
Oh God, I don't want another draw like with all these, like how it was with Triple G and all that. Actually, I'm doing a rewatch of that fight after this part 2. Doing a rewatch of that.
I don't really want to see Triple G and Canelo 3. I don't want to see that fight.
I don't want to see 3 either.
Canelo's past, not Canelo. G
Triple. Past it. Yeah, that will end in a stoppage.
He looks so average. Triple G against Martin. Martin's an okay fight, but there's nowhere near,
That's when that's when I realized that it's done for him, because the Murat fight, it was a good fight, but Murat was piecing him up for. If Murat could kept his foot on the gas, he could have probably stopped Triple G, because it looked like he was piecing him up. But he blew his load, and then Triple G just adjusted as the G that he is and just pieced him up and got the stoppage like that. But I feel that Canelo's only 31.
Do you think anyone from 168 to 175 can beat him?
Canelo?
Possibly Carlos or the Benavidez?
No, none of them. I'm thinking more of 75, maybe Artur Beterbiev.
Yeah, that's to me, that's only challenge Canelo has.
You have to do quick. You have to do that quick, because Beterbiev is like 37, 38. Still a banger, 100% KO ratio. It's knocked out everybody that he's fought. So I think that would be a tough one. I think I'd like to see Canelo in with him.
I know you're a Tony girl, but unfortunately, if Yard fights Beterbiev late in the year, I don't give Charles much of a chance unless he's washed up. I think Yard is going to get stopped by Beterbiev. Unfortunately, I think Yard needs more fights. He's not ready for Beterbiev. Not yet.
And that's why I'm quite upset that he's not fighting.
You need to clear Richards. You need a Carlos to clear Richards Yard.
He needs to keep busy. Yeah. So by the time he gets to,
I think fight one wash Yard too much. I think Kovalev was too early for Yard as well. I think. Yeah.
Well, if he keeps busy, if he fits in, he could fit in. He could have fitted a fight in early this year, meaning
he should have been on the Fury White undercard. I don't know why.
And then he should have been on the Fury White undercard, and then he could have fitted in something towards the end of the year, and then hopefully the winner of Smith and who's the winner of Smith and Beterbiev. It's not even, and then see from there, because it's not even, we don't even know what's going on with that. Then that would hopefully happen in the first quarter of 2023. And in between that, you would have got two for at least 2 fights in. 2 fights keep you tuned up and oiled up. So I don't know if you're just going to go straight to Beterbiev. Good luck, because that one's a tall order, mate. It's not. You see what? It's not Kovalev where you nearly got there, but it's not the same. You get pieced up. He can get stopped. Yeah, he could get stopped. And I like Anthony Yard, so I want him to
definitely has plenty of potential. I just think part of me, I think he's one for Yard too much. I think he should have took his time with Yard, just fought more British European level fight before he stopped at the world level.
Before he went to world level. Yeah, same. Yeah. It's kind of like skip some steps. You started at A and then you went, oh, someone D. Oh, so you skip B and C. Oh, you're already up to LMNOP. Like, what's about the stuff in between? So yeah, it could be too much too soon for Yard, and he hasn't got time to literally get another loss at that level, because that just sends him tumbling all the way back down. It's not like the Lyndon Arthur, that was a bit of a tumble. This one would be a bigger tumble if he, you did the Kovalev, people forgave it. Oh, he was doing so well. Then, that last round he got stopped. He's not used to being at world level, so we give him a pass. And then the Lyndon Arthur thing happened. He's not being active. You fight Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon Arthur gets the decision, and then then you had to fight your way back, win the rematch, stop Lyndon Arthur. Then if you just go to Beterbiev, from Arthur to Beterbiev, it's a big, massive leap, mate.
Yeah, it's a tall
order. Yeah,
yeah,
it is. So yeah, who knows? So who am I?
All I can hope is Joe Smith somehow pulls up miracle and beats Beterbiev. I think could beat Joe Smith, but I don't think he has a chance against Beterbiev.
Yeah, but they're interesting fight matchups, so which I can't wait to see them. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing any of those fights. So,
what do you think of what's your opinion about the Zone and Sky and BT, the way things are going? Do you think there's a future of the Zone, or do you think Sky's going to be number one into the future?
Well, Sky's kind of like different eras. Sky's come from being old media and transitioned quite well into new media quite effortlessly, to be honest. Sky's always the front runner. Come on, they've got a big engine behind them. Sky News. When there's a fight, the boxers are on Sky News. You see them everywhere. Sky News is a massive platform. They're on Soccer's AMs. They're on this. Their boxers are going on Soccer AM. Like they put their fighters in different places where a lot of people are going to tune in and get cross demographics.
I'm a bit of a conspiracy theory. I'm curious of why Sky was so eager to promote the Fury White fight. I'm
not
curious
this one, but not the girls one. They didn't.
Part of me thinks I definitely. I don't think Sky will retire. I think Sky will fight on. Part of me thinks that because Bob Arum, Bob Arum signed on with Sky. Bob Arum's got a deal with Sky. Mm-hmm. Part of me thinks that Alan Smith tried to convince Bob Arum to get Tyson to sign to Sky, so have an exclusive deal with Sky, and then that would make the whole Fury AJ fight or Usyk fight. It'd be an exclusive deal with Sky.
That's an interesting take. I didn't think of it that way.
But Adam Smith was heavily promoted. Adam Smith was conferences. Adam Smith was heavily promoted the Fury White fight.
I don't see that would be a total stab in the back to Frank Warren for Tyson Fury to do that. So I don't, even though it sounds like that would be a feasible. I'm just curious
why Sky was so very passionate to promote that Fury White fight.
They was helping Dillian Whyte a lot with this arbitration and this Fury thing. I've got a feeling that Dillian Whyte's going to Sky Boxer.
Yeah, I think he's trying to sign Boxer Ben Shalom.
That's where I think. Yeah, that's where I think that's why I see. But Fury, that would be good if Fury. And then I just don't think they do want him there though. As you can see, they're crawling all around him like Team Fury. But he's a queen. He's Frank Warren and Bob Arum. I know Bob Arum's over at Sky, but I don't see Fury coming over to Sky. No. Would be good.
Okay. Boxing is full of strange things, but we shall see.
Yeah. We should see how it unfolds, innit?
I definitely think the Fury AJ fight would be like like Mayweather Pacquiao. It'd be like a BT Sky joint deal.
Just not boring like Mayweather Pacquiao. That was mad boring.
It'd be on because I definitely AJ's gonna be on Sky forever. He's not going to zone. Forget the zone. Eddie Hearn can say what he wants. No.
Yeah, he's not going to zone. He's going to.
The money's in Sky. The box office is Sky.
The visibility's at Sky. Sky. He's always been at Sky. Like I said, the PR team at Sky. Everything at Sky is just You go into zone. You can be a bit. Your visibility drops. We've seen it with Eddie. You don't see him in much interviews as before when then he was with Sky. You started to see him a bit more because he's doing some promotions, but you saw Eddie everywhere when he was with Sky. He was always all over your TV.
Now, I don't know if Sky did much promotion for the Katie Taylor Serrano fight.
They did none. They did none. So you can see that they're not happy with old Eddie, are they? But that's stupid. That's petty. Because it's the most historical fight and you're not going to be there and cover it. But you want to cover Fury White. Come on, Sky. Do better than that.
Yeah. Are you the zone customer yourself? Do you have the zone app yourself?
Yeah, I'm signed up to all of them. Content creator in it, so I'm the zone. I use my mum's Sky Go package.
Really? You got Box Nation even. Little Box on Nation.
I did have Box Nation, but it was Fight TV was in conjunction to that at first as well. But no, Box Nation, I think that's fucked up, isn't it? I buy the BT box office pay-per-views if there's something that I need to watch on there. I regularly watch stuff on Fight TV where I pay like a small PPV fee.
Fight TV? Is that what's that, guys?
A lot of the PPC cards.
Oh, the Ellis Spencer.
Hank Davis, Keith Thurman, Barrios. Them fights will be on Fight TV. We pay like $9.99 for them. Most I've paid is $12.99.
Okay, so the Errol Spence fight, the UGAS was on
Errol Spence, UGAS was on Fight TV, and that was $11.99. I think $11.99. Yeah. So I bought that. So yeah, so I'm locked on all different devices: laptop, phone, smart TV. Wow. So sometimes I've just got both things playing. It just depends what I'm doing. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
Speak about American fights. Did you watch the Shakur Stevenson Oscar Valdez fight?
Sure did. Yeah, great fight.
I think Shakur's the heir to the throne after Crawford and Spence retire. I think it's the next big thing in American boxing.
He's amazing.
I think he could be better than Tank even.
Oh well, yeah. You got to realize that Shakur's 24, Tank's 27. Does he turn 27? Is he already? Does he turn 28 this year? Which he does. There's a difference. People see Tank as such as like he's a little kid. He's not.
What frustrates me is him and Mayweather. Why Mayweather's actually promoted, but why is he not promoting? Why is he not giving Tank these fights? Why is he not giving the Lomachenko, the Garcia? Why is he not giving the fights that we want? Why is he promoting all these average, mediocre PBC fighters?
Because Tank came out and said, I didn't ever ask for the big fights. Tank seems to be happy just doing these remedial fights, getting, $1 million or $2. He doesn't want it anymore. Do you reckon
after that he fights, who's fighting?
Rolly Romero.
Do you think we'll stick to Mayweather or maybe just stick to him?
That's the last fight on his contract. Nah, I think because it's been, they've had fallouts before, but I think with this one, I think he's going. I'd be shocked if he retires back with Mayweather.
Who do you think will go to? Tank?
That's the thing. Eddie said he'll bid aggressively for him. But Eddie don't really have that stable over there. I think Tank will leave Mayweather but stay with PBC.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it'll be low to Al Heyman.
Yeah. It's the best place for him, to be honest. He won't go top rank, even though I think, could get some decent fights. We'd get the fights we want to watch. But see Tank with him in those fights. But no, I just think he's going to stay with Al Heyman. He'll just leave Floyd, but stay with Al. So effectively, it's not much of a change, is it?
Speaking about Floyd, what's your view on his exhibition fights in Dubai? Why is Floyd? Is it just for the money? Is it for limelight? Floyd in exhibition fights.
Floyd's addicted to fame. He's a narcissist, isn't he? So doing these types of things.
I know you're a Floyd fan. Did you pay for the Logan Paul fight? Did you actually pay for that?
The
Don't know
logo.
that.
Yeah, I called that live on the Boxing Voice, didn't I? Yeah. So no, yeah. So I did. Yeah, I bought it. Yeah, I did, unfortunately. But I would never buy, and I'm not buying this exhibition one. I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream. I'll stream it just if I'm bored.
Yeah. If I'm bored, I've got really no interest in it. Yeah, that would have to be no disrespect. That would have to be another avenue if I'd want to watch that. But I'm not really that interested. Yeah, that one I have near enough 0% interest in that fight. Yeah.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Good off.
Yeah, but shouts out to the girls, Natasha Jonas. Shouts out to Hannah Rankin. Shouts out to Katie Taylor. Shouts out to Amanda Serrano. Shouts out to Alicia Baumgardner. Shouts out to Tony Harper.
Ebony Bridges.
Ebony Bridges. Shouts out to
Ellie Scottney as well. Good old Ellie Scottney.
Ellie Scottney, yeah. Shouts out to Sandy Ryan. Shouts out to Franchon Cruz. Shouts out to Shouts out to the women doing big things.
You sure? Have you if you're trying to get into female boxing, watch the great Layla Ali versus who was Joel Frazier's daughter? Is it Jackie Frazier?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I
That's
remember seeing Layla Ali fight maybe once or twice growing up. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, watch the Jackie Frazier fight. That's a good fight to watch for female boxing.
Really?
Fans.
Let me write that. Frazier. Jackie. So
Jackie
it's Frazier Ali. Frazier Ali again, but with the women.
They call it infamous, Ali Frazier 4 fight.
Ah, geez, that's yeah. I'll have a look at that. Thanks for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and a good fight as well. A good female, great was Anne Wolf.
Anne Wolf. I heard about her a lot. Yeah, she's one of the pioneers.
Well. She's probably the version of Savannah Marshall. She could really hit for a woman.
She was supposed to, everyone wanted to see her fight Layla Ali, and it never happened, did it?
Yeah.
Why didn't it happen?
Politics, I guess. They moved different promoters, networks. I think Layla Ali was with Bob Arum, I think, as well. I think she was Bob Arum.
No clue. I don't know. Maybe it would make more sense because Bob Arum helped with Ali, obviously, from alongside with Don King at one point, and they swapped over and whatever. So yeah, I would imagine so. And he's got his grandson as well, Nico Ali. Yeah.
What do you think of him? You've seen him fight?
I saw him fight on his debut, but I just see that he got a knockout on with 10 seconds left to go in the first round. I don't follow him as yet. Not really.
Yeah, it's too early to tell. Too early. It needs more fights and time to give a proper assessment.
I'll see if he's still about and doing well and making waves in the next 5-6 fights. I'll chime in for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So boxing so far, what's your outlook boxing so far? I think it's been okay. Yeah, we've had some good fights with
April's been a good year.
Serrano, Taylor, we've had Leewood and Mick Holland. Even though the past prime book finally happened,
Fury White, from the latter part of last year. So you had Pacquiao and Ugas. You had AJ Usyk.
Yeah, had Fury Wilder 3.
You had Crawford Porter, Fury Wilder. All of we've had good fights going from the latter part of last year. The first beginning bit of last year was trash, but the latter part of last year we've had continuing. We've had good boxing. This month, April last month, had been a great year. Every week, a great month. Every week there was good fights. So now we've got Canelo Bivol, another good fight, Cinco de Mayo, and hopefully we can get this Bud Crawford, maybe Crawford, Spence Crawford over the line.
Crawford PBC now? Has that been done? Has he?
He hasn't signed to PBC. People keep saying that. No, he ain't signed. He said he hasn't signed to PBC.
Okay.
So
I was actually just reminding me. What's your opinion? I know about the whole MTK Danny Kinahan situation. Them shutting down last month. What was your views on that? And the whole $5 million bounty.
No comment. That's where I'm no comment on that. It's not my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the powers that be may be watching this, so we'll let them, the powers that be.
Yeah.
I was surprised by how quick they shut down, but okay. Let them be. No comment. No comment. Myself, Lady Chann. No watching.
Yeah, I've got a rewatch coming up, so I've got to literally check out. And I literally got to go. I've got to eat. I haven't eaten. Starving.
Okay, you're
And then I've got-
workaholic. You're
Yeah, I've got to
workaholic.
rewatch the Canelo rewatch because I know it's Canelo fight week, and there's a show that I want to do on Tyson Fury, so I've got to get that out of the way tomorrow, because there'd be no point doing anything on Tyson Fury Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because we're going to be talking about what happened like the weekend with Canelo for the whole next week. My next week's show is going to be that as well. You know, we're going to be talking about what happened with Canelo, so I've got to fit. So that's why I've had to cram everything in one day today. Yeah. Today, yeah. So yeah, but it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always here anyway. You can reach out.
You've been a blessing.
We'll
I
chop it-
appreciate
we'll-
appreciate
Yeah, we'll chop it
your
up again.
time.
Yeah, we'll chop it up again. Just let me know. We'll chop it up again. I'm here, so no problems.
Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Lady Chann is out, and so is myself. Hope you had fun.
Thanks a lot.